welcome to Reactive Terrain. Yes, we're going to step aside from cars today and we're going to have a little look at some transmitters. We use Flyskys quite a lot. You've got a Flyskys,
Yeah.
I've got a Flyskys, and I've just got a new Flyskys because after trying to use G-Dog's Flyskys one-handed, it was mere impossible, and my GP7 or G7P is, well, I like it a little bit more basic.
Is it too
No, it's not too complicated. It's actually a very good transmitter and has umpteen million different functions.
bit like mine when I use it.
Yeah, but I suppose if you're, really kind of dialing in as a comp crawler, it's great. But when you want to just throw something in as just kind of forwards, backwards, left and right, I wanted something a little bit more basic, but I don't think I achieved it. So, in this video, what we're going to do is we're going to take each controller and see how easy it is to function without a manual. And like NASA, we need a monkey to send to space.
And I'm the monkey.
You're the monkey. So we're going to let G-Dog rip with some transmitters and see if he can actually get any one of them to work without any instructions. Chances are the answer's no. Here is G-Dog's arch nemesis, the kryptonite to G-Dog technology. Yes. If
Here
we
we have-
yes, if
here
we
we
could
have-
just
The one I use.
there, that's the GT3,
GT3.
GT3B to be precise.
Okay.
If you're going to get the terminology correct. That one.
That one is.
No, that's the new GT5. That's my new one.
Oh,
Yeah.
Very posh.
Yeah, very nice.
And the one you
Black Friday
use-
deal, and that is the G7P, which is a kind of 8-9 channel, and the receivers are quite large as well, which you have in your hand. So these are the receivers down here. This is a GT3B receiver. These are cheap as chips, and they are 3-channel. And they are literally available anywhere, and they are really nice, cost effective, which makes it a great little handset to kind of use for multiple rigs because, well, these are small, compact and cheap. I have no idea what these are like. It's not too bad. The GT5 is yeah, it's not too bad. It's a 5-channel, quite small. I don't know whether there's anything smaller and regularly available. Like next day off Amazon. That's what I mean by regularly available. Like, I know you can get them from Ali and everything else, but it's what's kind of next day available. And then there's these things, and this thing is quite large compared to all the rest of them. And it's an 8-channel, 9-channel. It's a lot of channels. Almost overkill for what we do. They do a 4-channel, but it's an AliExpress and a long boat from China. And then it's hit and miss whether it's actually genuine, going to work or not, which is why I've actually brought the GT5, because I love this controller. It's really good and it's got tons of functions. You can plug it in, you can do what you like with it, but I really do struggle finding compact receivers for it. So let's find a rig and set one up, and then we'll see if G-Dog can even figure out how to turn them all on. You must know how to turn your one on at least. Excellent. Right, so let's have a little look. He's just, where is he going? Where's he going?
I don't know. You're making it up as we go along.
Yes, that's right. There we go. Right, so there we go. There we go. Right. So on this one, I think it's got 10.
Yes, there are 10 different vehicles
that you can do. So it will, at the moment you're on model 4, which is actually what that receiver is set for. Yeah.
It tells you voltage, it will tell you. Do you know what? I don't even know why I'm going to bother talking because.
That's what I wanted to see. I was like, let's see how long it takes you to go.
If you push this,
you can pull the aerial up for people.
Oh,
you
yes.
could do that. Look, look at that. That's
and there are
amazing.
oh, look. No, that's channel. Well, there's lots of buttons.
Okay, so this is what I wanted to kind of do. Like,
It's not idiot proof.
Well, I think the GT3B is probably as easy as it kind of gets regards to menu settings. Is that what you were trying to find? Okay, so you have basically your scroll button, your enter button, and you can basically scroll between all your different points, trims, reverse, etc, etc. If you're running MB100s or one of these, this is what you're going to need to do for those. If you find it jerky in reverse, you need to turn your ABS off.
I didn't know that.
You didn't know that, no. And then you can do it. So it's just literally there we go, back on. So press the button to highlight, select backwards and forwards, and then push the button. So that'll be on fast. We're just going to turn that off. However, some of these other trims, you do need to press a couple of other buttons. For example, if you were doing your dual rate and you press that, that would activate this, but then that would just select your different channels that you needed to do. So let's pick 3. And up here, you then need to press your N button to move over and change your rate using the scroll pad. And then you're going to press the back button and you're back to square one again. So it's not overly complicated, but but it's definitely the most easiest to use out of all 3 of these, to a point. They've all got their complicatedness about them. All right, so up next is the GT5. We're going to get G-Dog to switch it on.
Really?
Yes. I'm going to turn your one off.
That button.
Yeah.
Oh, lovely.
There we go.
That looks nice.
Yeah, nice small display, much smaller display than the GT3B. And it works pretty much the same way on the scroll pad. So you could basically select and then scroll through anything you need. Hit the button again, and then you can dial it left or right depending on what you want to do. And yeah, again, this has got quite a large capacity of different vehicles you can have. Let's have a little look. 20
models.
20 models. Yeah, so
that's a lot.
It's a lot, yeah.
10 more than mine.
Yeah, that one's a 10. I think this is quite large as well. I can't remember off the back of my head. But yeah, the other thing I quite like about this is you've got your channel, I think it's channel 4. Yeah, channel 4 underneath here. That's a kind of on and off. So that's quite nice if you're having rear wheel steer. Now this does have off-road steering on this actually. I had a quick look at this the other night. It's actually got a section that says crawl. You click on crawl and then it says A, B, oh I skipped B, B, C, D, off. So that activates your four-wheel crawl and four-wheel steer, rear-wheel steer, a flick of a button, which is quite cool. And I imagine that goes onto your wheel as well. So yeah, super good, nice and easy, nice loads of buttons. This is a 5-channel compared to the 3-channel. You've kind of, you've even got a button there that says, oh, that's your steering DR. So that's your trim on there. So you actually don't need to access the menu to do that, which is pretty cool. You got your 3rd channel on a button, which is always good to have lights or anything like that. I always quite often have that. And then you've got steering trim and throttle trim on the sides. And at the top, you've then got channel 5 and channel 6, and they are on little kind of turn buttons. But yeah, nice controller, really nice. And the receiver is quite small. Yeah, it's quite small.
It's smaller than...
It's a little shorter. Is it the same width, even though it's a 5-channel?
Yeah.
Oh, it is, yeah. So it's actually a smaller receiver than the GT3B.
Yeah.
Which is nice. Okay.
Yeah.
The other thing else is have a little unicorn horn.
That's very nice.
that's cool. I don't know whether that's actually essential for crawling, because you're always like that, like 4 inches away. But, you know.
So that's the aerial?
I assume so. Either that, it's very excited to see us all. Right. But this is nowhere near the stretch of the GT3B. I mean, that is actually relatively comfortable driving that one-handed. Again, you can get available thumb levers that you kind of sticks out here, and you can kind of get to it a bit easier. It does come with another one of these grips as well in the box, which I suppose, you know, if you didn't keep it clean, it would get kind of worn or mucky. It's a little bit lighter. This one's quite weighty. You can feel you got something kind of in your hand with this one. This one is a lot lighter than the GT3B, and actually it's really nice. Now, the one thing I wonder is whether these make any difference to throttle control, and I think that's one thing we'll link each one up to the vehicles and see if there's any difference between throttle control on them, which will be quite an interesting thing to kind of see. Right, on, off. It's not easy to get to that 4. It's quite clumpy. You kind of hit the ST trim there as you're trying to do it. I can feel my thumb clattering on this button just here, and that's a switch, so you can feel the on. Yeah, little clumps in there, but overall it's actually quite nice. G-Dog, onto the G7P or 7P. I'm not going to say it right. I can never remember what it is. Flyskys
comes up with the name.
Yeah, got a nice little. The display on this actually is really nice. One thing I like about this is it has the throttle control gauges up on the top, so you can see what your reverse. And at the moment, my throttle. This is, I think, last time I used this was set up for my drifter, so I've got it all changed for that, because you really can dial this right in. So it is super nice. Do you want to see if you can get into the menu?
Well, looking at the other two,
yeah,
I think I have an idea.
Okay.
We're going to press the button.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, there we go. So you're into the...
this looks... Because there's no... It looks very like that.
Okay. Oh, it's moving.
Yeah, I got...
It's moving. You're doing it.
Yeah, I know, but it's like... there's no... For me, the button's just not...
It's just like a kind of game console...
Yeah.
stick, yeah. So you obviously tap it up and down to select. Now, one thing it does do, and you'll notice a lot of these, that comes
it comes
with beginner, and what that does is actually limits your throttle. So if you ever got one of these brand new and you don't know what you're doing, and you think, well, why is it not working? Well, it's because you're in beginner mode, and you take that out, and then the throttle will be full capacity. So again, this is just scroll over. So you've got your main menu on the left. You can actually do split timing, you can time your laps, you can do all kinds of stuff with this controller. This is what I mean, this controller is absolutely insane, and it's super good. It's just a little bit more than I require for just crawling, for a lot of my basic rigs, which is why I wanted something a little bit less than this maybe, so that I could just kind of plug and play. And again, you got your modes, and you can do all your little selects. So let's go up into select, and let's see how many models we can have on this. I can't remember what it is. I think it's 20 as well. So you can have 20 models on this. Obviously all your names, everything like that. You got calibration, system functions. I mean, this thing is literally littered with everything you can do. You can even adjust your curve rate of your throttle and your steering. So you know, this is why I use it for my drifter, because it's absolutely brilliant to set it up for the drifter. But it is super complicated, and I can see J-Dog just drifting away. He fell asleep. he just blacked out for a second there.
Sorry.
It's like on off.
It's quite nice though.
It is very nice. It is,
yeah.
And these are quite cheap. You can pick these up off Ali for under 70 quid quite a lot of the time, and you'll get yourself. Oh, there goes the phone. And you'll get yourself a receiver as well. Obviously, all these do. This one you can sometimes pick up with 2 receivers. I actually picked this one up on AliExpress for £35. £35 delivered from AliExpress. I mean, you really can't go wrong with that. And I think G-Dog's is about... Well, I think last time I checked, it was probably similar pricing to the GT5, which kind of seems strange. But yeah, this one is always quite cheap on Amazon as well. This one, not so cheap on Amazon, but really cheap on AliExpress. And again, with this one, not so cheap on Amazon, but AliExpress is really, really good. All right, so we're going to install a load of electronics into one of our Huntsmans. These are one of our kits, super long. I think this is like stretched out to like, well, it's not stretched out, it's a 200mm wheelbase, still on a Gladiator link system. So we've got this nice big plate that takes a kind of another, well, you can't see in there, it's super dark. There's actually a deadbolt front drive shaft in between the motor and a bearing carrier. Gives you nice long lengths. Yeah, nice and big. Plenty of room to get our fingers in and out, and a battery in there, G-Dog. None of this
have a battery.
Tiny one. It could be worse.
What do we have?
Yeah, we're going to run it on an MB100. Is that the red or white one? That is a MB100. That's a 50% reverse one. So that's fine. There is a purple injora inside the Huntsman. Want to find out where you get these from? You can check out the link below, or www.reactivetrainrc.com. Loads of goodies on there. Right, G-Dog, I'll make this easy for you. We're going to go with the GTB3. And we'll let you... Shall I let you set it up?
I can't remember. Channel...
I'll do it. Alright, well, that's the GT3B installed. We're not going to do anything crazy. We're not going to go rock crawling or anything like that. Basically, we're just going to do some basic functions and see how functional it is with NASA's monkey. And go from there. Right. So, G-Dog?
Yes?
We're just going to go forwards.
Now you're talking to the man that is in full throttle or no throttle.
No,
I mean,
no, just see how you feel. Yeah, just gently squeeze and see how you feel trigger response wise.
Quarter of a trigger. Half a trigger.
There we go. Okay, and we're on the move. Okay, all right.
Yeah, it seems. But I had to do a lot of.
Well, I mean, so we could adjust that by changing the throttle trim. By adjusting the throttle trim, we can give that trigger a much better response. So, do you want to try to do that?
Okay. On to trim.
So we're gonna go to trim.
Push the button onto trim.
Yep.
Push the button.
Yep. Okay. Now with this one, what you're going to need to do is hit the end button. That's it. And that moves you over to the thing. And you want to go, keep turning it forwards until it starts moving forwards.
Clockwise.
Or F, whichever way that is. So keep turning, keep turning.
Oh, okay.
Like a dial, turning up the radio.
Wow.
And we've got nothing on the rig
60.
yet. The rig's not moving yet. Oh. Let's go back. This on reverse, so the motor's switched reverse. That's why we have to go on the B. Okay, so just knock it back a bit. Okay, now press the button in the middle, just to enter it. Enter button. That's it. And then press your back button. Okay, right, we're good.
That's hard work.
Okay, cool. All right, now let's just see if you got your a little bit better throttle control.
That was about nearly half a trigger.
Okay, so let's see if this made any difference whatsoever.
Oh,
there we go.
That is a quarter of a trigger now. Hold up. Yeah, about quarter of a trigger now.
So, gives you a much better response to the trigger. Like, I can see you barely pressing that as you did. Yeah. So, that's a basic kind of get your throttle a little bit more responsive.
It's still not easy to do. I mean, come on. For a monkey, it's not easy.
All right, well, we're going to attempt to drive one-handed, G-Dog. So,
okay.
A lot of us do this in the YouTube world. A lot of us drive one-handed because we've got cameras in the other hand. So we're going to G-Dog's got both hands, but we're going to see how
one hand behind your head.
One hand behind your head, and we're going to go when you're ready.
Right, I've got to go and steer.
So go forward. That's forward control, right? And you need to steer. And you need to steer. And you need to. So you see what I mean? This thing's mere impossible.
I have no steering, Captain.
So you would have to have quite a big thumb extension on that.
Yeah, some monstrosity.
Yeah. I mean, this one's covered with quite a nice rubber grip.
Yeah, it's great for doing.
It's got a nice grip on it, but it's just impossible, really. I mean, without
that's
extras.
Me,
yeah, and it's right out here. It's really impossible. Yeah. All right, we're going to swap it out and have a little look at the GT5. All right, so it's safe to say all we're doing is we've actually programmed these to blank reset, really. So we're going to switch it on, and then we'll see if everything is okay, left, right, whatever. We'll adjust as accordingly. As we did with the GB3, we had to adjust things to make this go. So let's check steering function. Is that correct?
Feels backwards.
Feels backwards.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Feels backwards to me.
Okay, that's fine. It could well be backwards. So what you need to now do is reverse channel 1. So on the menu there should be REV somewhere.
RE.
Oh, I got glare. No, you're changing the name there, Dad. You've pushed enter before you got to it. So you need to back up. Press back. Okay, now move to. That's it. There we go. Now press on it. Yeah, press no. That's it. Enter. Yeah. Right, and then scroll. Oh no! Hold on. Back. Sorry. Now press enter again. And now scroll. Now check.
That's better.
That better?
Yeah.
Enter. Press the big button. That's it. And then back. There we go.
That's it. Okay.
Throttle. Oh, okay.
We have throttle. That's right. Okay.
That seemed like it had a bit more punch.
Yeah.
Than your one. Did that seem to?
Yeah.
Okay. Right. Well.
Right. The response on that now is.
Oh, that's minimal.
That is. Yeah.
So we had to get your GTB3 tuned right up to do that.
Yeah. Also, yeah, because we started off about halfway on the trigger.
All right. So it definitely seems a little bit more responsive.
Yeah, it's definitely more responsive on the trigger. That's literally just putting the trigger, and I think.
Oh, they've definitely got a bit more poke to it.
Ready again?
Yeah.
Ready.
All right.
Seems to respond pretty quick.
So it's definitely got a better response than the GT3.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's interesting.
Definitely.
All right. Well, so that's just by changing the receiver. Like that's not changing anything else. All we've changed is the receiver and the handset, and already you feel it's a better response.
It seems smoother.
All right. So we're going to go through the same process, G-Dog.
Right.
We're going to change the throttle trim just to give you a little bit more throttle control.
Throttle.
So you'll be looking for your trim for.
Yeah, trim's
there. There we go. Right. So you're going to click on that. So you're going to want to scroll to channel 2, which is your forward and backward motion. That's it. Enter. And now you're going to adjust it until you. That's probably better from this angle. Until it goes forwards. Yeah. I think the motor is on backwards on these. So the same.
Same as what we did before.
Yeah. Oh, we got nothing though. Go the other way around. You might have to go the other way around. Oh. Oh, there we go. Back up. There we go.
We're looking about.
Okay.
It's a lot more than the other one.
Yeah. I don't know. I think you went back. You went back on the other one. The motor's slightly different. So press enter. And back up. And just check on the throttle control. How's that?
That's almost.
It's almost nothing.
Yeah, it's almost. Yeah.
So there you go. So that's. So let's just see how on the old slow crawl. Let's see.
I mean, that's the slowest I can go.
It is only an MB100 in there anyway. It's not like there's a brushless system in there.
Which is not too bad.
Yeah, that's quite good. And that should be hardly any trigger. Yeah,
smooth.
it's very smooth, yeah?
From that to full throttle is quite smooth. Yeah.
Good. Okay, well there you go. So that's the GT5 and...
We do have to do the...
Yeah, we're going to do that in a second.
Oh,
so the GT5, so just by changing the receiver and adding a different handset, has made a bit of a difference to the controllability. So it proves one thing, that your handset is just as important as everything else. Where's the... Oh, that's right, battery's there. Right. Ready, monkey? One-handed driving?
One-handed driving. This I feel confident.
Okay, because it's not on me.
It's not quite as big.
It's not bulky, yeah. still.
Hang on.
Can you stretch it? Oh. Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Okay. All right, so if that is the case for a lot of people, and it's not the easiest thing to do, what you can do is, if you know somebody or have a 3D printer, there are plenty of thumb extensions. So you unscrew that, you take that off, you put that on, and then that becomes your thumb grip, which will sit right back here somewhere.
I was going to say, that puts me too
Yeah,
wide.
no, it goes on the inside
like that.
and then makes it a lot more accessible. And you can do that with pretty much every Flyskys there is. There's pretty much most of these available. And if you've got a little bit of CAD knowledge, they're not that difficult to design and print off. Right. Should we fire up the next one?
Yes.
All right, so this is the G7P. Or the GR7P. I can't. I should
stop saying P because I'm that old. I might.
Right. So this is I would say, kind of a lot more complicated than the other two that we've used. The one thing I do like about this is that this VR2 up here is actually kind of like an analog rather than a switch. So you can actually put your four-wheel steer on that and act as another steering. So it's smooth. On the GT3. Sorry, on the GT5, it's actually kind of on, off, neutral, whereas that is actually a switch. You can actually use that as a four-wheel steer mechanism. This does have four-wheel steer setting like the GT5. Good luck in trying to find it. Okay, right. So let's have a little look on the trigger and see where we're at. See where it goes forwards, backwards, if it's all...
Okay, it goes forwards, backwards.
Steering in the right place?
Yeah.
Now, the one thing I don't like about this is that it's actually hard plastic. Yeah, whereas the GT5 is foam, the GT3 is a rubber, and this one actually is a plastic.
Bit slippery.
Yeah, it's kind of slippery.
Okay, throttle control.
Yep.
It's varying slightly, but then it is because... I'm saying about quarter at the moment.
Okay.
But fairly, yeah. I think that.
So, at the moment, your steering is a little off kimbo.
It is, yeah.
Okay, so let's use that as a demonstration, and let's sort out the steering. So, when you're ready, G-Dog.
I remember.
Yeah.
Push your button.
Yeah.
It's on beginner.
You've got to stop pressing the button.
It's on beginner.
It is on beginner, so let's. That's probably a good thing, right? So what you're going to do? You need to go to your trim.
Right. Okay.
Okay, that's what you're trying to find. So you're going to go to your sub trims.
You said trim, not sub trim.
Well, this says sub trims on this one. So then you're going to enter, and then we're going to adjust. And then it should, yeah, you can see it moving the wheels just. Yeah. And then normally what I do, give it a bit of a flick, and it's kind of put it right out of kimbo. I'm not surprised I just whacked it like full left.
That's a bit better.
And just going to notch it up a little bit more by pushing the analog up. Okay, so that's sorted out that. Right, so
you then press.
Go on then.
Enter or back.
Yeah, no, press the button down. And then push the toggle left. That's it. Okay. So now we're going to adjust the trim on your throttle. So you're same place.
Sub trim.
Yep, sub trim. And you're going to want to come down and then press in. And then you're going to move it up and down depending on where you want it to push.
Well, let's just go. We were about 70 odd on the other one. So
Okay, see if it's...
this is on back.
Yeah, keep going until it starts doing something.
90.
Or maybe you have to go forwards on this one. Yeah, this one's slightly different. It's going to be on the forwards. Oh! I think you've actually got a little bit of movement then. I saw it twitch. Leave on about 96, I think. There we go. That'll do. Okay. It's actually push across left. That's it.
Right, okay.
It's very weird. So on here as well, if you really want, this is great for a pro crawler because you can now adjust your throttle trim. So if you wanted to adjust your curvature, you can then up. Oh. And then you can watch your bar start
Ooh.
twisting.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so you can really kind of tune your slow throttle control. So now it gives you loads of slow control, and then we can just balance it back into the middle for now. So yeah, this has got like super, well, that was actually on the steering, but yeah, you can do that on your throttle control and obviously on your back. Right, did that just turn itself off? I think it may have done. It's got bored.
Yeah.
I don't blame it. Right, if you get back to menu then, and then I will get my finger in here and switch it back on. Just turn it on and off. No one will ever know.
Oh. Oh.
Back to main menu. Okay.
Oh, well done.
Okay, right. So the other thing I like about
I get
this,
banana afterwards.
yeah, the other thing I do like about this is you can actually see how much power you've got going, how much throttle you've got going in and out on.
Okay.
Right. I think the battery might have died.
Oh.
There we go.
Oh, 70.
Right.
That's
Now,
lower than
save.
the other one.
It is lower than. Save it and return back to main menu.
I'm not touching buttons.
It's a 7-channel receiver, right. So you've got loads of lights settings, you've got loads of things, so it's great for a wrecker build or something with a lot more going on.
Let's get one of them then.
Yeah, it's actually very good. Right, throttle control.
No,
let's see if that's.
No, we've got.
Are you back? You're better there.
Yeah,
you're there, right?
Right. So now we've got to do the.
So you're going to do the try and attempt to drive this one one-handed.
Yes.
You ready?
Yep.
And go. Oh, well. Oh, look!
My thumb hurts! My thumb hurts! No. That's it. That was painful there, honestly.
So, but you can actually get to this one better than any other one.
Yeah, I can.
So you can actually, but it is very painful.
So painful. How do you do it?
Well, that's why I like the little ones. I mean, I was going to opt for the Dumbo transmitter.
Right.
Because it's actually quite small, but like I say, that GT5 was just a great deal. I was like, right, I'll get it. And plus, it gave us a good comparison. We're now comparing 3 different types of Flyskys for the hobby. Yeah. And, yeah, I mean, this is the closest you've got to driving one-handed with this one.
Yes.
So, you know...
But mine, you got no chance. Yeah.
My one's, that GT5 is still a little bit far away, but, you know, I have got the...
I could not drive that, literally, I could drive that for 20 seconds and my tummy's killing me. So I'd still need, but then it might catch here. And
yeah, so this one is still out here rather than, yeah. But it's quite nice. I like the feel of this one. It's quite nice weighted. Overall, actually, probably the best one it feels inside. Yeah. But yeah, you can plug it into your PC as well and program it. Now, the one thing I did notice...
You can put these into your PC.
Yeah, that one you can plug into the PC, yeah.
But it's all...
Yeah, I know. The one thing I did notice about these compared to the GT3B is yours takes 8 A4s.
Yes.
Sorry, 8 A batteries.
AA batteries.
8 AA batteries, and these ones take 4, and so does the GT5 take 4.
That's why it's so big.
Yeah, so double the amount of batteries to power the GT3B ones. But, you know, I guess, but response-wise...
This is, you know,
it's pretty good at
there,
yeah.
I do see why you like the channel set.
It's just, it's really awkward to get. They are available. You can get the 4-channel ones for these on the ANT frequency, but they're not regularly available. You've got to hunt them down, find them on an alley, and then get them shipped over, whereas the rest of it is kind of next day on Amazon. And actually trying to get receivers for this with the 7-channel is actually one of the most expensive as well regarding the price range. Alright, so as it stands on Amazon at the moment, GT3 is around about £40. That's without any deals or discounts. The GT5 is about 75 quid, and the G7 or G7P is around about the 70 to 80 pound mark, depending on where it fluctuates. At the moment on Ali, I picked that up for £34, including postage and packaging.
Yeah, I mean,
and it actually come within 2 days. So I don't think it was in China.
It wasn't. No, that was a UK distributor.
So someone somewhere had that in a container somewhere. So I struck lucky with that one.
Yeah.
So really, you know, I paid less for that than what that is at the moment on Prime.
Yeah.
And that is significantly better than that one.
Yes, yeah. I mean, this is it. Now this is heavy. It's twisty. It's got nothing. This one is got quite a thick handle. Quite happy with the grip. Still got
no way of getting.
You know,
yeah.
I'm way too short for that.
Yeah.
Throttle control was good, but for me, if I even so, I'm still.
Yeah, but you can get on that. But it feels better in the hand, though, doesn't it?
This one just feels.
Oh, you prefer that one?
It's got such a wide grip. It's got a.
Oh, you prefer prefer that thicker grip?
I prefer that. Yeah, that's good. I like that.
Yeah, and again, like we were saying in the videos, you get the rubber on the turn, the foam on the turn, and then the most expensive one actually comes with a plastic.
That's because it is the most expensive.
Yeah, maybe they just ran out of budget and rub it. We'll just put a plastic one on, which is kind of a shame. It really would be nice with a bit of foam or even a bit of rubber. These are of similar weights.
Mine's got to definitely weigh the heaviest because
it's got double the battery power in it. But overall, just by adding different transmitters to your build makes a significant difference.
Yeah, who would have thought that?
Who would have thought? Right, G-Dog.
Monkey time.
Come on, Monkey. Which one was the easiest to operate?
In terms of just to operate through the
just doing your functions, just doing your basic trim levels.
I don't really deal with that. You do.
I know.
But seeing the way this one was push this, push that, do this, do that. That one was push this, bump back up and down. This one just seemed, for me, a little bit more flowy.
Yeah, I have to agree. Thinking back to the video, you kind of just push the one button. Just push it twice, push it once, turn, back up. With this one, you've got to push it on, turn it, and if you need to scroll back over, you've then got to push a button here, then you've got to back up the button. Yeah. So, whereas this has definitely got a much simpler thing, and this needs a full IT science degree to use it. But yeah.
Monkey can't get that one.
No. And regarding display as well, I think this has got a kind of cool function on it. They will all bleep at you if you leave them on too long. Or their backlight will disappear. Now, I do believe there is a way of changing the colour of these as well. You can actually change the colour of it. Don't know if you can. I know you can change all the sounds. This kind of makes loads of weird noises. You can change all the tones and stuff like that. And this one I haven't really looked to see if you can do much
No,
on
I don't think. But what I've noticed now, but I've never really seen 3 together because we've never done it. But yours are all that way screen, which is great because as you're holding it, you're reading it. Me, I'm like.
Yeah, I suppose it's not really giving. Yeah, it's not giving you no
It's not giving me any
information.
information.
Whereas this one actually does give you information, and you can actually physically see what's kind of going on with your throttle control and everything like that. I mean, this is all singing, all dancing. It's definitely kind of up there.
But it's the right way round.
It is the right way around. Yeah. Or to be fair, this one's so big you probably drive it like that anyway. It's like a dashboard. These two both have aerials. So it's got nice little aerials. This one doesn't. It does have a port to mount a camera or your phone on it, so you can get a bracket to go on there. This one, not so much, but I bet you there's something you can get for it. Anyway.
And just saying on that, I was just saying to Adam, these are cheap. Get these for less than £10 sometimes.
Yeah.
So you were saying it's the same?
See, these are two actually very similar.
Yeah.
And this is actually a slightly smaller receiver, although you've got more channels. These are still quite pricey. And also, you're not using half the channels. Like most crawlers, you'll use 2 channels, 3 channels with lights at most. So you've got all these channels and none of them are being used. I suppose from a four-wheel drive point of view as well, if you were trying to do your four-wheel steer, which this doesn't have a function for four-wheel steer, does it? So this one does have a function for four-wheel steer, which is nice and easy to use. You just literally select crawl and you hit the button and you go whichever one you want on, and then you just push your button and now you're in crab mode, and then you can go D, now you've got rear wheel steer, and then you can just hit off and that's done. This one, somewhere in amongst all this, and there is a function somewhere. I don't know where it is. Hold on. There is a function.
I reckon if you went through that, there's got to be at least 100 functions on that.
Oh, there's a lot.
More.
It's not on that one. It's not on that
Be
one.
on the car.
Oh no, it's
No,
not. It's
no.
Anyway, it does have it somewhere. I know it does.
Yeah.
But actually, with this one, because you've got this really nice smooth toggle down here, I would probably argue the fact that I would put my four-wheel steer, rear steer servo on that, so it's permanently active, and then that means you've got complete and utter control of it. You would have to centralize it yourself, but you do have full control over the four-wheel steer. Do you want to change the colour?
Yeah, let's go for it.
Hold back.
I'm holding back.
No, hold back.
Oh, hold back.
Hold down back,
Hold down back.
and then toggle left or right.
Oh. Oh. What colour would you like, sir? So you can have white, green, red, blue, green.
There we go. That's how you do it. Makeup on.
Just about.
Excellent. Oh,
I have to look good on camera.
Right. Look, I look good on camera. I've got to go
You
all
couldn't look
fuzzy.
good. You couldn't look good
The
up there in
storm is
space.
playing havoc with my hair. Right, so there you go. Monkey says, monkey do.
Monkey did.
Monkey did.
Yeah,
monkey did
done.
well.
Monkey done.
The GT5. Out of all 3 of them,
Yeah.
it's definitely the more functional one. It's a little easier. It's not cumbersome.
It just feels right. Everything.
And for a crawler, I think it's good because you've got the four-wheel steer function right there on your button, and you can just scroll through it.
I can imagine that you can, once you go to that four-wheel steer, you can adjust whatever.
Yeah, you'll have your
must
trim
be
adjustment
trim
as well.
adjustments
But
as
the
well,
nice thing about it is that you can go into crab mode, click
Straight
it,
away.
and then you can drive it, and then you can just rotate back to off, or if you want just rear steer.
Yeah.
So it's a lot easier to function. The GT or the G3B doesn't have it at all.
No.
So you'd just be relying on a kind of
A button, I think.
Well, you'd have to program it. Well, yeah, because the button is on 3, isn't it?
Yeah,
so you
that's
don't
it.
have a toggle on
You
it.
don't have a toggle. It's
No,
just a
so
button.
you'd have to.
So it's either full steer or no steer.
Yeah, so all or nothing. And then the GT or the G7P, you need a IT science degree.
You need a degree, not me.
But it's still quite a nice, comfortable controller to use.
Yeah, well, you've got quite big hands. My hands are a lot, as
Yeah.
you can see in the video, I can't reach half the things, but,
Yeah,
you know.
and the GT5 is definitely capable of driving one-handed without an extension, or there are extensions available. Yeah. And I bet you any money you could probably buy extensions, I bet.
I could get one for mine, but
Yeah.
why not?
No, you don't do the camera in, so no, it's fine.
Because it's like that.
So yeah, you've basically got like the three extremes there. You've got the one that takes a lot of time, and you could spend hours literally fine-tuning your rig with the curvature of the acceleration.
I think you said the thing, for drifting, that's probably one of the better ones.
Yeah, I think if you were going to use it for the micro drifters, which is what I do, I use that one for the micro drifters.
That's got a lot of options,
it really does help me dial it in and really fine tune what I need.
Yeah.
When I used your GT3 the other day, I couldn't one-hand it.
No.
And because we were going to put that into a few of the rigs, I was like, I'm never going to be able to get to one-handed, so I had to think about what I was going to use, and the GT5 at the moment of the video being shot was £34 on AliExpress shipped.
With a receiver.
With a receiver. So it was a no-brainer,
Yeah.
and it's a great
It looks good.
handset and receiver that's nice and small. So hopefully that's kind of, maybe you're looking at getting one.
Maybe not.
Maybe not after this.
Or you've got one you want to reduce the size
Yeah,
of it.
so, but yeah, look, we got the guy to do it. If he can do it, you can do it.
I can't do it.
it's the way it
I
goes.
still can't remember.
Yeah, well, yeah, I'll have to teach you again next time.
Monkey didn't learn.
So there we go. A bit of a different change, but
Yeah.
it's vital to the hobby to know these things, and hopefully, it gives you a insight to where to go next.
Yeah, because I didn't realise that different handsets
Would make that much of a difference, and it really did. It made a difference. So we kept
With
the
the
same
throttle,
rig,
yeah.
same motor, MB100, purple Injora 55 turn, and it was a significant.
Yeah,
difference.
I'd just buy a receiver. Oh, I like the look of that one, and that's it.
Yeah, the GT5
Hopefully the video helped.
was a lot smoother than the 3, and was it 7 and 5 similar, or did you still find the 5 to be a bit better?
A little bit better.
Yeah.
I think my one was probably the worst one out of the lot.
Okay, I think with the 7, that's
yeah.
where you're going to have to really kind of dial in your curvature.
Maybe, yeah.
It's not as simple as just kind of knocking your trim backwards and forwards. You do have your curvature setting as well on that.
Yeah.
But there we go. Like I say, the G7 is a great kind of 8-channel, so you can really, or 7-channel, should I say? You can. It's a great wrecker build controller as well, because you've got plenty of buttons for lights, winches, movable parts.
Yeah.
So yeah, the 5 is still a little excessive, but the receivers are nice and small to get into these little things, and you can get smaller receivers as well.
Yeah.
All right, well, there you go. Who would have thought it?
We wouldn't have done.
No, right. If you're new to the channel, then welcome to Reactive Terrain, the home of the largest scaled indoor crawler course.
Full stop.
And if you're just popping by, then make sure you smash that subscribe button,
Hit that like button.
and the notification bell, and I'll see you next time.